Hi everybody, Laura here for Waffle Flower Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun, colorful project to share with you featuring the Across the Miles stamp set by Waffle Flower Crafts. I'm also going to be featuring the Misty and the creative corners that were designed to use along with your Misty. Here's one of the creative corners right here. So you can put these on your Misty and you can slide them back and forth and do all kinds. There's lots of different little pieces that come in the creative corners. This is just one of the corners, and I'm going to use it to create a striped watercolor background. We're also celebrating Waffle Flower's 3rd anniversary. Woo woo! Congratulations! So I'm going to be painting with my mini distress inks. I'm smushing down some of my favorite colors onto my craft mat, and then I'll just take a wet brush, pick up some of that ink. I am diluting it down a little bit with water because kind of wanted a softer stripe color scheme. So once you paint, I literally run my brush along that corner. You lift it up straight up when you're done painting, and I use the lines on the grid mat. So each time I slide my triangle over by 3 squares. That's going to give me even spacing every time. So look how I paint it. I run it right along the triangle. I lift it straight up. That way I don't drag any of that paint. And then I clean it off. And then I go over 3 more squares. And then now I'm going to paint it with yellow stripe. It's super easy. I'm loving it because I've tried to do this before with a ruler, and I found I had a really hard time keeping my angles consistent and my spacing consistent. So this just really makes it fun and easy. Now I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to dry this. So I'm using one of those laminated Misty mats, so you can just wipe it off. I'm going to heat set this and I'll continue to move on. Okay, so we're going to paint the rest of our stripes down the left side of this watercolor panel. I've moved my panel over to the right side of the Misty. That's going to give me more room to slide my creative corner to the left. I've also bumped up the panel 1 square. You can see how it's not butted all the way down to the bottom of the Misty. I needed a little room so that I could get a clean stripe all the way to the bottom edge. You following me? So I'm working my way. Of course, you know me. I'm getting in the rainbow. I got to get it in somehow. And we're just about finished, and I'm giddy. I'm giddy. Look at how perfect these stripes are. You just got to make sure that after you paint it, you lift that creative corner straight up so that you don't drag any of that paint. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably my 3rd try. I made several mistakes in my attempt to do the striped background. So if you try this and you find that you're dragging paint all over and you're getting splotchy and you're getting messes, well, that's what I did too. You just got to stick at it. Hold your breath, don't move, don't sneeze, and you will eventually get the perfect striped background. I'm telling you. Okay, so now we're going to add our images. I go through that Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock like nobody's biz. I always like, the packs come in, what is it, like 25 in a pack? And every time I go to do a project, I got to use like 3 to get one good one because of my mistakes. It just makes me so mad when I make mistakes with my watercolor cardstock. For some reason, it's like, it's more expensive than regular cardstock. Anyway, okay, moving on. Don't lose heart. I make mistakes, you make mistakes, but eventually it will turn out if you stick at it. And okay, so I've stamped the Across the Miles images. I'm loving this adorable hot air balloon. I stamped it with Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I'm coloring it with Copics. Very simple. Most of the time I use 3 color Copics for each image. You know, I like to do that dark to light gradient look. And nothing fancy. I sped this up a little bit so I don't want to, you know, make you fall asleep or anything. But actually I kind of like watching somebody color when I watch YouTube videos. It's very mesmerizing to me. But when I'm making the video, I feel like I'm boring people. Anyway, okay, so what I did was I Googled vintage hot air balloons to get some inspiration, and I wanted to try to use the colors that I have in my striped background. Went ahead and colored all the rest of the images. Now I'm using the coordinating dies to die cut each one of these images, and once we do all that, we'll simply just begin assembling the card. So I've got a Nina Solar White card base, and I'm popping up my striped watercolor panel, and then I've got foam tape on the back of each one of these images. Can we just talk about that adorable little bear peeping his head outside of the hot air balloon? I mean, I can't even take it. That bear just slays me. And this card is finished. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to congratulate Waffle Flower on 3 amazing years. Happy anniversary. Make sure and check out Waffle Flower's Facebook, Instagram, as well as their blog for more fabulous inspiration. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.